Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Footy Gents. I am here today with Naeem, Parsa, and Parham, and today it is none other than the greatest club tournament in the world. I would say we are back, and we have 4 semi-finalists. We have Barcelona, we have PSG, we have Arsenal, and we also have Inter Milan. Very, very deserving teams. We are going to be doing a combined 11 of the semi-finalists, essentially, boys. So 4 teams, like I said, combined 11 between all 4 of them. There's no cap or anything like that. If you want a full Arsenal team, you can have a full Arsenal team in there after
Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
We are going to be going through different positions, and we are going to be discussing which players we had in there based off of vote majority rules. As always, before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are still on that path to 100 subscribers, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, let us get started. We're going to start, as always, into the goalkeeper position. Who did you have in net?
I got Donnarumma in net. I'm sure that's not the most popular opinion for some. It was between him and Sommer, but I think Sommer, if I had to, pick a goalkeeper just for their actual prowess in the net, and he's a behemoth of an individual. He's super big, and I think his performance, maybe I have some recency bias, but that save against Asensio and what he did in that last game, I think is the reason why they went through and didn't have to go into extra time. And he gets a lot of heat, but I'm gonna give him his flowers and put him in this list. Yeah,
Fair enough. Naeem, who did you have?
Definitely not Gigi, I'll tell you that. I went with Jens Sommer. I can't stand Donnarumma. No, Sommer, man, that was such a steal that when Inter got him for I don't know, 5 or 6 years. They sold Onana to United. But he was making some good saves against Bayern. There were some saves where he was catching the shots, and I was thinking, man, if that was Onana there, he's parrying it right into the attacker's path, or he's just not catching that. There's this one side he had in the group stages where he had the most saves, but then he also faced the most shots. He had the most saves made, and I think he had the most clean sheets too throughout the group stages. But I still think he has the most clean sheets throughout this tournament. If I'm not mistaken, it is him. So I went with him in that.
I don't rate this guy usually, but I agree with Parham. I think he's correct. Donnarumma's been huge for PSG. I actually think PSG's center backs are actually, in my opinion, the weakest spot in that team. Personally, that's what I believe. If we did a top 10 center backs in the world right now, I don't think anyone from PSG would be there. I'm not even trying to be controversial right now. I'm sorry, but I just don't think. And Donnarumma has been the only reason that they've been able to get away with that. Against Aston Villa, they were probably the better team on both legs, but they were really flaky, man. There was some insane chances that they had that could have gone in. If Ter Stegen was in there for some of those, bro, some of those would have gone in for sure. So
bro, leave that brother be, bro.
Preach.
He hasn't played in 6 months, bro. Let that brother.
So I think it's unfair to say it. He's kind of a donkey. Don't get me wrong. This guy what?
Yeah.
He's not the highest IQ sometimes. But yeah, man. He's saved that team. PSG could have. You could argue that they might have not been here if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting straight off the bat. It's going to be a 50-50 because I went with Sommer.
Damn.
Yeah, I went with Sommer, bro. I think he's been the best goalie. I think Inter have been the best defensive unit overall. Part of that is to the structure, but Sommer has had some clutch saves for them as well. I can't lie. Up until the Bayern game, they only conceded 2 goals throughout the whole tournament, bro, which is insane if you think about it.
Yeah.
The thing with me is I think Sommer's been the most consistent goalie throughout the whole tournament. Donnarumma, he started off a little bit shaky, I would say, but the last couple of games he's been very, very solid for them. But if I was to look at the consistency, I think Sommer has been the best goalie in the tournament as of right now, in my opinion. They like to play out from the back, and Sommer does a big part of that. Donnarumma's not the best with his feet. That's the only thing. So I don't know if he would be able.
That's his biggest weakness.
I don't know if he would be able to replicate what Sommer is doing for Inter
He doesn't
Milan.
have to in that French league. The presses are no. I'm serious. They don't press like that. You don't need a keeper with that's good on their feet.
We're 5 minutes
Yeah.
in. We already have an Ayers rage bait, bro. That's crazy.
I'm just spitting facts, bro. It's the truth. I mean, the way they press in that league is you can have a goalie that's just a shot stopper, just purely a shot stopper, and they don't have to be good on the feet, and they will still be world class.
I was gonna say Sommer's faced more shots than Donnarumma, and he's made more saves. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that fact.
I'm okay to shift.
Okay.
For that.
All right.
I'm okay to do it.
All right,
If
so
we have to. Yeah.
Alrighty, so Parham said that he will be switching from Donnarumma to Sommer. So Sommer, 3 votes. Then he is our goalie.
Wait.
What? Bro?
If Parham is switching, I'm not gonna be the only man supporting a PSG guy there. So
You
switch
want to
me
go to Summer?
Yeah, switch me to
All right, full sweep for Summer. Let's get it.
yeah.
Let's get it.
Alrighty, okay. Summer gets 4 votes, I guess. I can't even keep track anymore, bro. But he is our goalie. Now, from goalie, we are going to be going to left back position.
Bro, I'm gonna go with Balde, honestly.
Really?
Especially for
Wow.
the last few days. Like, I know we had like Nuno up. We just did an episode, and even personally, I had Nuno up there. But you know how I like to change my mind.
Crazy.
But just seeing like Barca, like the last game without Balde, bro, like man, different, like almost like a different team. You know what I mean? Like the way they suffered, like and the way their attack is compromised at the same time. He's just such a big part of that team going forward. And at that age, to be doing what he's been doing in this team, to fit into that system that's really demanding in that system where you're going up and down like that, you're not parking the bus. Like if you're not up there, the attack kind of like just crumbles. Like it's an essential part. I think he'd be my leading man.
Naeem, who was yours?
Well, this was the podcast best left back, as you read. Nuno Mendes is who I went with. I thought he was huge against Villa, but not just against Villa. I think he's been immense all season, man. Even in the league and the Champions League, it's just been quality. So I'm with him.
Yeah, Nuno Mendes, bro. I really like him as a player. I mean, I've only really seen him a lot in the Champions League, but I think from his match ratings, he actually really steps up in the Champions League, especially. I know that maybe in the league he doesn't have to, but I'm also giving them a lot of props with that unbeaten run because, I got a soft spot for that kind of stuff. So I don't know. They're just doing really well, and I want to put them up there.
Honestly, this was a very difficult one for me. It was between Nuno Mendes and Balde. Surprisingly, I think I edged it just a little bit to Nuno Mendes. He, just based off the stats, like I'm pretty sure I don't even know, but that brother has like 3 goals, 3 assists or something like that. So he's killing it.
Mhm.
But I do think performance-wise, this might come as a shocker. I do think Balde has been better, just because I honestly can't remember any mistakes or any time Balde has been dribbled past. And I can remember a couple from Nuno Mendes, like a couple of mistakes. So the mistake that he did for the goal that Aston Villa scored, that was on him. Morgan Rogers dribbled him a few times that game as well. And then even for the Liverpool game, the Elliott goal, technically he's the one who should be on that side. But also Balde is injured, and I don't know how long he's going to be out for as well. So I think I would just edge it to Nuno right now, just based off of the stats, and like he's still available. So 3 votes for Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes is our left back for the semis.
Crazy
Okay.
they didn't vote for Balde, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You glaze this guy so much, and this guy put Danny Olmo like number 4 or 3 or something for best cams.
I put him 3 actually, man.
That's wild.
He put
With
Danny
good reason.
Olmo as 3, and he won't put Balde as first for LB.
I had Balde as the best left back in the world in my
Yeah,
opinion.
he had Balde as one.
What's up? Why are you backing up your boy right now?
Why don't you have me
I literally spent 5 minutes explaining it to you.
It still doesn't make sense for me. I don't know.
He
I
did
feel like-
actually kind of explain. I
But
mean,
you even
injuries
said
and
like
stuff,
quality wise, like eye test, bro. Like I feel like he's better.
All right, so from left back, we are going to go to our right back position. Naeem, who was your right back, brother?
Ashraf from Paris Saint-Germain. I really favor my offensive fullbacks, and I think he has the most goal contributions from a right back in the Champions League, and I want to say in the world as well. I don't think there's a right back that has more goal contributions, but I thought he was really, really good against Villa. I think he's been very good throughout the season, so I want Ashraf.
Yeah, man. Hakimi all the way, bro. He's been amazing. 11 assists this season. I think he's just been – him and Nuno Mendes have just been the reason that this team is really flourishing the way they are. And, he's just been top quality. Having 5 assists in the Champions League speaks for itself. And, yeah, overall, it's just a player quality-wise. It's what you're looking for from a right back. Like, ideally, out of all the right backs that are on these 4 teams, I would pick him. So
Like I have to go for Hakimi off of form, but I think the talent I've seen in Timber, the talent I've seen even in Koundé, it's better. I think there's a higher potential that I've seen in those players. But off of form right now, man, like I'd be kind of delusional. Like I have to say it's got to be him.
I like Timber too. He's very versatile, all rounded. Like in terms of just, he
Timber
could
solid,
move into
man.
center back too. But I don't know. It just feels like in a traditional attacking fullback.
Yeah, it was tough for me to between the two. It was either Koundé or Hakimi, and I just preferred the offensive option.
Yeah.
Clean sweep. I had Hakimi in there as well. He's had a very decent campaign, I would say.
Mhm.
Kind of a hot take, but I think he had the consistency more than Nuno Mendes in the UCL, even though maybe Mendes has had the stats.
I agree.
But I think Hakimi has been very consistent for them. And he honestly he's killing it with Luis Enrique. So yeah. And yeah, that's basically it. If you want any like divorce advice from him as well,
Dumfries.
Yeah, bro.
you
He's a
know,
mama's boy, bro. You
Put
know,
that
I
shit in
respect a
your
man that respects his mom like that. You know.
put that shit in your mom's name, you know, and in case you ever get divorced and shit like that, you know, that brother's a businessman as well, bro. Fullbacks are done. Let's go to CB duos. All right, both of them.
If you don't have Saliba on your right and Bastoni on the left, I don't think there's any other right answers beyond that. You've seen like how they play. Like these guys have both been so essential to their teams. Bastoni's probably the best ball playing center back out there. I know Kubarsi is also and Inigo both have like excellent statistics when it comes to playing from the back, and that team is just plays really well in general with the center backs distributing the ball. But I still think Bastoni's a level ahead. So having someone like him and like the all rounder defensively being, you know, the Rolls Royce as they call him, Saliba, I think that's just like a perfect partnership right there.
I mean, he said it. Yeah, I have Bastoni and Saliba. Sorry, I almost said Gabriel. Yeah, Bastoni and Saliba. Gabriel might have had an argument if he was still fit, but like, I mean, Bastoni is pretty. He's up there. I mean, out of all these four teams, I don't think there's another name that stands out. And Saliba, I mean, is there's not much more we can say about him. So, yeah.
What about the mistake that he made for that Madrid goal?
Dude, whatever, man. We won 5-1. No one remembers that. No one will ever talk about that in like ever. So it's fine.
Crazy. Alrighty.
Maybe if it was more like detrimental.
That goal was worth it just to see Vinny being shameless and celebrating like that.
Alive,
Yeah, and that pissed me off because we could have kept a clean sweep against them, but whatever.
I was going to have Pau Cubarsí in here, but I switched last minute. So it's Alexander Bastoni and Benjamin Pavard. And the reason I have them two is we touched on this earlier. Inter have been defensively the best team in the Champions League, conceded only like 5 goals throughout the competition. And Pavard, not just his goal against Bayern, man. I've been watching him throughout the season in Serie. He's really stepped up in that defense with that Serbian Bastoni. He's easily been the second best center back in that heart. So to have a team like Inter to have the least goals conceded, and that's why I want the two center backs from their team.
There are a few names. Gabriel would have been there for me if he didn't get injured. Personally, I would have him over Saliba. Bastoni is in there for sure, 100%. He's just pivotal to the way that Inter plays overall. One of the best CBs in the world. You know, like top 3, top 5, 100%. And then I was thinking of Pau Cubarsí as well, but I did edge it, me personally, to Saliba. After Inter, I do think that Arsenal has been the most compact unit in the UCL. Personally, Saliba's done a very, very good job of that. Like the way that he locked up Mbappe as well. I did mention the mistake that he made, you know, but at the end of the day, for me, he's pivotal to Arsenal.
I just went with like no Arsenal players in my team, so I had to like
I can see that.
I had to like double down on like Saliba would have been the only one that gets in. So like, no, I'm just gonna keep him out.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Honestly, keeping Saliba out of this is insane. I can't even lie.
I had to follow it.
So if Gabriel wasn't injured, would you have Saliba or Gabriel in there, Parham?
I get why you might say Gabriel. I think like if we need a goal and things like that, like Gabriel, he's one of the highest scoring center backs and obviously just a great defender too, so he can help on both sides. But Saliba, I mean, just being paired up with Kivior against some of the world's best players, especially like one of the world's best strikers, 2 of them. I mean, if you want to put Vinny in that category of just being a forward, but coming up against those 2 and like making sure they barely did anything. And I mean, other than the mistake that he made, but if that didn't happen, like he would have had a clean sheet in both games, and I would give him most of the credit for that. And the fact that we're not even talking about that mistake is because he did so well defensively.
Bastoni's in there. All of us had him. And then 3 votes went to Saliba as well. So Bastoni and Saliba, that is our CB duo. Now, from defense, we are going to go to midfield. We're going to do the full midfield trio that you guys have, okay? Let me know those midfielders.
Nicola Barella, Pedri, John Hamas.
Very solid. Parsa.
I was going to put Declan Rice in there, by the way, but he almost got in.
No Arsenal
I had him in consideration, bro. I'm just telling you that.
Crazy.
The hate's real.
He was this close, bro. He was this close.
He was really close.
Yeah.
I tried to keep it balanced. Like I was trying to go with like Vitinha, Barella, and Pedri, but I thought it was like a little too much, like attacking. So I went with Fabian Ruiz for like the CDM spot, and I put Barella and Pedri in front. Rice was a contender for that Fabian Ruiz spot, but I think the way he's been playing at Arsenal, it's been a little bit more offensive. He doesn't have that like role where he's staying back a little bit more. You see him a lot more involved going up, especially with Party playing there, who's also having a great last few games. But I think the talent in that three and especially the balance kind of works out.
I got Pedri, Rice, and Vitinha. I wanted to go with these guys. Pedri, I mean, honestly, I haven't seen a whole lot of him this season, unfortunately. But
You're missing out, brother. You're
I
missing
know,
out.
man. I know. He's quality, bro. Like especially in that first leg in the UEFA Champions League against Dortmund, like him just being on the pitch. I just feel like this is what contributed to being 4-0, and then him not being on the pitch. Like he got subbed in right in the second leg.
Yeah, he came in like 70.
Yeah. So I mean, and then and that led to like a 3-1 loss. I just feel like when I see sort of things like that, it just shows like what their impact is. And I know he's world class, so I had to put him in. Declan Rice, I mean, honestly, before this last two legs of against Madrid, I would not have him in this list. I just think he I don't know, won over a lot of our hearts, especially Arsenal fans, with what he did. I think it was legendary. 2 free kicks in 1 game against the best team in Europe. Vitinha, I like, man. I was having a really hard time with this third one, but I looked through all of them and I just noticed that Vitinha like kind of elevates his game when it comes to the Champions League. He just has higher match ratings, and overall I think he's contributed a lot more. Barella I even thought about, but I just kind of chalked it up to match ratings at this point. I saw Vitinha was the best. So,
bro, remember when Eric said Declan Rice is a more agile Harry Maguire?
That's insane, bro.
Yeah, dude. We had that
crazy,
like
right?
memed and clipped and everything.
Yeah,
even at the time, that was crazy thing to say. I'm not gonna lie.
But he was just jealous because Declan's dating a torta, and that's one less torta in the world for Harris. You know, but yeah, no. So my midfield trio is honestly it's like a mix of all three of yours. So I had Pedri in there, obviously, in my opinion, the best midfielder in the world. Like honestly, in terms of quality, he's been the best in the world in my opinion. I always told mans, yo, just give him a fully fit season and you will see why he is the best, why he is generational. He is the heartbeat of Barcelona. I would say he has been our most important player, even though Rafinha has the stats. If Pedri's out of there, he's the heartbeat for us, you know, like he's so good offensively. He has the chance creation numbers. He has also the defensive quality as well this season.
I think that's so underrated for him, though, because I was reading the stat against Celta Vigo. He's the only player in La Liga to have 17. Yeah, to have one possession 17 times, and then he's the only player to win like possession 15 plus times, like in multiple La Liga matches as well. And to win, I think he has it 200 plus times that he's won possession, and no one else has that. So I think he'd be a great CDM as well.
But yeah, and then I had Barella in there. Barella, he's probably one of my favorite CMs in the world as of right now. He's so good, quality on the ball. You know, he has that grinta as well. He's an engine. He'll run around for his team. Underrated as well because I don't hear a lot of people mention his name. Like we're discussing like top 3 CMs, top 5 CMs in the world. My third one was, so originally I went for João Neves, just because I was thinking about it like in terms of like balance. But then I thought, yo, screw the balance. I want to have in there Vitinha because I do think that I would edge it to him in terms of who's had the better campaign as of right now between the PSG midfielders. For me, I would go with Vitinha based off of like the stats in terms of passes, chances created, and whatnot. Like he's up there with what I was looking at in the UCL homepage. Now the interesting part is we all had Pedri in there. Okay, so Pedri is in there. Barella's in there. So Vitinha's in there as well.
Vitinha's in there, yeah.
Pedri, Barella, and Vitinha. Hey, okay. That's 100% record for me right now. Okay, yeah, no, solid. Damn. Honestly, very, very good midfield, bro. Like, ain't no one touching the ball against that midfield trio. I can't lie, bro. The technical quality is out of the charts.
But it shows that PSG clearly has the best midfield in this competition.
They have a great midfield.
Yeah, they have a great midfield. They have a great midfield. All right, midfield is done. We are going to go to left wing. Let's get that out of the way. You know, I feel like that one's gonna be. I hope it's gonna be unanimous, unless we have a Vinny Jr. in there or something like that. Rafinha, boys, left wing. Anyone have anyone else? I am curious. Parsa, I see you smirking, brother. Do you have anyone else?
There's good talent there. The only other person I can think of is Kvara, but not
even close to Rafinha's level this season.
Not like that's the second place for me, but I think Rafinha. I mean, we're talking about Mr. Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, it's got to be Rafinha.
Most goal
He's insane, bro.
He has the most assists, second most goals. The only reason Guirassy has more goals than him is because Guirassy played knockouts as well. Rafinha didn't have to do that.
But Rafinha's been stealing his teammates' goals and shit, bro. How do you explain that?
He apologized for that. He's like, yo, my bad. Varsity was like, it's okay, brother, don't worry.
And he's been getting too hot-headed, which I don't like, because I know immediately when Ballon d'Or time comes around, the Madrid fans, bro, they're gonna be getting those montages and they're gonna be like,
that doesn't mean nothing.
Like you guys made fun of Vinny,
that does not mean nothing. That does not mean nothing. If that brother goes on and wins a treble or UCL or whatever he does,
it's true. It don't mean anything. But I don't know why these Brazilian wingers aren't keeping their heads sometimes. I'm like, come on, bro.
Anthony's the only one that's fully full composure, bro. Other than Anthony,
crazy.
Mr. Respect, no one else, bro.
Okay, he scored today, eh?
Bro,
that brother's tearing it up. I can't lie with Real Betis, bro. Rafinha, Mr. Champions League, as of right now, the front runner for the Ballon d'Or. He is our left winger. We are gonna go to strikers. All right. So, who was your striker?
Fortunately, Lautaro Martinez. You guys, he was in and around the Ballon d'Or rankings last season. He was so good, and then he's showing it again this season. Like he was so good against Bayern Munich. You guys should just watch the finish. He's just been astounding. Good for them. He's a captain as well, so I was gonna go. It was close between him or Lewandowski. I just went with Lautaro.
I think that Lautaro is the best striker in the world right now, bro. I know. I like beginning of the season. I was gonna go with Kane. Honestly, I thought Kane, but
look at this man's face, yo.
Where's Isak?
No, bro. No. Lautaro. What's Isak doing in the UCL, bro? You think Isak's better than Lautaro?
Isak needs to perform in Europe
bro.
Before he can even get those.
I gotta see Isak in the league is unstoppable.
What about
don't
Kane,
get me wrong.
bro? You don't think Kane's been better than
Lautaro? Just kicked him out, bro, and he did
Lautaro
amazing
on him, bro.
Yeah,
it means everything.
What? So you're telling me Lautaro kicked him out, bro?
Bro, he was a big part of it. He played amazing in those games, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, this is what it comes down to. This is why these competitions are so important.
They were missing Musiala and Davies and Upamecano as well. Don't forget that.
That's your time to shine, bro.
And their goalie as well. I forgot Neuer wasn't even in that as well, bro.
I'm sorry you're missing those players. Bayern's already dominated. They have a monopoly on that league. Like, if you don't have any squads to back them up, then it's not my fault.
I'm just saying it's not Lautaro that went and knocked them out or whatever. Like
Lautaro's been underrated for so many years, and I think
I agree with that. I had him third or fourth in the third, I think, in the Ballon d'Or or some shit.
Yeah,
like
exactly. In the Ballon d'Ors, he was top 3. Where was Kane in the Ballon d'Ors? Was he top 3? No, he wasn't. So I mean, doesn't that say a lot? I think he's continuing that form this year as well. This guy is a machine, bro. His performance in that quarterfinals, that says a lot.
Yeah.
He's not just a goal scorer either. He has a lot more to his game.
Parham, who is your striker?
Lautaro Martinez. It's got to be. I mean, honestly, if you look at all the teams, we got Lautaro, we got Lewandowski, we got no one on Arsenal, and
Marino, bro.
Gonzalo.
Marino's tearing it up. I can't lie.
Marino's been crazy there.
It's pretty much Lautaro, bro. I mean, he's in his prime. Like Lewandowski would be a second, but he's pushing 37. He's not in his prime anymore. I don't know. In terms of competition, it's just hard to compare. And Lautaro was goated in those 2 legs against Bayern. So, I mean, it's got to be him.
I think the drop off in quality is crazy to go from Lautaro and Lewandowski to the other two is that gap is huge.
Don't disrespect Merino, bro. that brother had 3 GAs against Madrid, bro.
Man, but I mean, I know we can't put him in this list, unfortunately.
It's actually crazy. I can't lie.
It tells you a lot about the striker market right now.
Yeah, I saw this week Lautaro's linked to Arsenal too. That's why Parham's giving his flowers. He wants him starting for the Arsenal next season.
I saw that. I don't know, man. If it's not coming from Fabrizio, I don't care.
Alrighty. Okay. So you 3 had Lautaro. Doesn't really matter who I had, but I had Lewandowski in there. Honestly, I can't lie. I don't know how you guys have Lautaro in there and I had Lewandowski. Lewandowski has 11 goals, bro. He's the second top goal scorer in the competition. Lautaro has 8 or something like that. So how the hell is Lautaro?
I've also seen you get mad at Lewandowski missing sitters, bro.
You're telling me Lautaro doesn't miss chances?
Insane, idiotic moments.
Naeem, does Lautaro miss chances?
I think Lautaro does more off the ball than Lewandowski does.
But
who do you take? Would you take Lautaro or Lewandowski, as a player, individually? Yeah.
Oh, that's a difficult one.
Right?
I mean, probably still Lewandowski, bro. I can't
lie.
lie.
That's a hot take, bro.
Bro, Lewandowski
That's a hot take, man. Bro, he's just 37. He's almost done.
I don't give a shit about that. Bro, Lautaro has
his abilities.
Okay, let's not. So first of all, he has more goals than him in the UCL. But let's not just take the UCL, which we are discussing about. Let's take the whole, like, all comps. Lautaro has 21 goals. Lewandowski has 40 goals. He's the first striker to hit
stat
40.
padding in a league where Anthony's stat padding right now. He scored 5 minutes ago.
He's the first striker to hit 40 in the top 5 leagues, bro. What are we talking about here? How the hell is Lautaro ahead of Lewandowski, man? It makes zero sense.
Maybe the injuries also.
He
like,
scored
him just
against
not being
Bayern.
available.
He scored against Bayern. So did Lewandowski, bro. What the hell? What does that mean anything? That means literally nothing.
I don't want to defend Lautaro here, but like, who has a better supporting cast between the two? Like, obviously it's DiMarco and then Dumfries on those sides. But I honestly, like, he has, dude, Lewy has Rafinha, who's the front runner for the Ballon d'Or, and then Lamine Yamal on the other side. Like, that's a night and day, supporting cast difference between what Lautaro has.
That man's getting fed, bro. Yeah,
Thuram. Dude, he has Thuram and DiMarco. Like, that's a huge difference between what Barca have.
I'm looking at this right now. 3 of the fucking goals that Lautaro has are against Monaco, bro.
Let him cook.
What the hell?
That's Eris's like, what is it? Like, he reps Monaco as like
Eris catches face.
Crazy, another Eris rage mate, bro. Leave that brother be. I'm just gonna say, bro, I can't lie. Like, I find it, like, I wouldn't say, like, I would say, like, it's a 60-40 for Lewandowski in my opinion.
Can I be honest with you? After Lautaro, I wouldn't even put Lewandowski. I would have put Dembele there, bro.
Cooked.
Well, no spoilers for future positions or anything like that, but Dembele has been playing striker, but he's been playing left, he's been playing right, so it
That's
really
what I'm saying. I would have put some fucking fluid system, and I tell the coach to figure it the fuck out. But I would have put Dembele over Lewandowski right now, because that guy is fucking. He's on some shit, bro. He's on some shit.
First of all, don't spoil anything, because that could be for a different position that we're going into. Second of all, that's insane, because he's the second top goal scorer. We're basing this off of the UCL, bro. We're not basing this off of the quality, like an ideal world, what I want to do with my tactics.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at right now. Dembele has 7 goals and 3 assists. Lewandowski has 11 goals in the UCL, right? UCL. Yeah. 10 versus 11 goal contributions. It's not like this is not insane.
Supposed to do? He has more goals.
He has 4 more goals, bro. But like also like Barca slaps those weak ass teams like 5-6-0 or some shit. Like it's gonna stat past some of these like statistics.
We got steams, eh? But yeah, anyways, so 3 votes for Lautaro Martinez. He is our striker.
Rightfully so.
We are nice, man. We are gonna go. We are gonna go. This guy's trying to rage bait me as well, bro. Now, fuck off. All right. Last position that we have here is right winger. Parsa, who is your right winger?
I think in terms of impact that this player has on the team, watching that team play without him, for me, I think if this person isn't playing that team, like that team would suffer the most. And for me, that's Saka.
You're just saying that because I said Parham. I know who he has.
No, I'm serious.
Oh God, I know you, bro. You're just saying that because
I mean, this guy was cooking Madrid, bro. Like he was absolutely destroying them. Like watching him do what he was doing against Madrid, like shows you how world class this guy is. And I said this before. Everyone says like Odegaard, like he could be the heart of that team. It's never been him. It's always been Saka. Like Arsenal without Saka.
You said Cole Palmer. Just because you're doing this bitchy ass thing, you said Cole Palmer is better than Saka. I'll hit you with something right now.
Okay, but let me finish. Can I finish?
You want to land? Okay, land. Go.
Yeah. And bro, I think like I said, this team doesn't play like. Look at like Lamine Yamal or Dembele, right? These guys have these world-class wingers or strikers, right? Lewandowski's a top 3 striker right now. And he's not 1 and he's not 2. He's probably 3rd place, right? But I'm just saying that Saka is playing with Fartinelli on the left, right?
I can't even. I'll let you talk.
Yo, and this is coming from a Manchester United fan, man. Okay, Saka's playing with Martinelli on the left. Who just doesn't look like he has any confidence, man. Like really, it's actually kind of sad. He doesn't have a striker to play with. Like they're playing Marino or Havertz, which is Marino. I mean, I know he had a good game, but there's still not strikers to play off with. Yeah. Odegaard is, bro, like he's the most mid, like I don't know, like this is some like Madrid marketing on this guy. I don't know how. I think it's just the Arsenal fans like marketed the shit out of this guy, but he's just not like world class at all. It comes down to Saka, man. And you saw that in Madrid, like initiating those attacks. Like this guy is at the heart of those attacks. And I think that the other players have a lot better of a system to play with compared to what Saka is doing. And I really appreciate what he does for that team.
You're saying Lamine has this and that, and same thing for Lewandowski as well. Why the hell were you jerking off every Madrid player last season? Jude Bellingham, Vinny, and stuff like that. Do they not have elite players around them? Jude, were you not glazing him? Don't make me edit receipts in here, bro.
I glaze him for the amount of goals that he had in that team.
Exactly.
Like stepping up as a striker when he's playing in that position. Like he did that.
So when other people perform and they're surrounded by world-class players, or last season, Madrid, when they did that, Jude, and whatnot, it was okay. But when our players have that, they have these players, so I got to discredit what they're doing.
Listen, man, I don't remember what I had for breakfast, but what I do know right now is the current state of these teams, okay? And I'm genuinely like trying to put some like actual facts into this, but I think that what Saka does, like Arsenal has the weakest attack, man. That's why
he hasn't played 50% of the games, bro, as well. How the hell were you gonna have him in there?
We're talking about UCL, and I'm talking about the last few games I've just seen from him, bro. Like this Arsenal has the weakest attack out of these teams. That's why they play that terrorist ball sometimes. Like you see them with the set pieces and the corners and shit like that. It's because like their attack, if Saka wasn't there, their attacking lineup would be the same as United. Like honestly, it's on the same scale. Okay. And Saka, I think, is tremendous in that team.
The funny part about this is he's trying to rage bait me because he thinks I have Lamine. And spoiler alert, I don't have Lamine. He's not my right winger.
I'm not trying to rage bait you, bro. You're just trying to victimize yourself. I'm just saying what I believe in.
It's Saka. Come on now. Like, it's just, I mean, he kind of worded it very nicely. Maybe he was a little bit harsher on Martinelli and stuff like that, you know, but I was vibing with everything else he was saying. And like, I mean, bro, he's played 7 games in the Champions League and he has more goals than Lamine.
Oof.
Lamine has played 11 games and he has 4 goals. Saka's played 7 games and has 5 goals. Could have had more. I mean, obviously he missed the penalty against Madrid, but the fact that he ended up chipping the keeper, redeeming himself at the Bernabeu, these are legendary moments, man. That people remember when it comes to the Champions League. And I mean, if we were to go all the way, yeah, bro. I mean, you know, even like people thought that was like an ode to Thierry, but he's like, I'm doing me, man, and he's him, and he's like real talk. Like, we wouldn't be in this position. No one would be even considering us if it wasn't for the way Saka plays, or like he just makes us into a world-class team. And like, I'm looking at players like Odegaard and stuff that are just kind of falling short. But Saka's been consistent and reliable. And even though he has these moments where he messes up, he still like picks himself up and continues. And yeah, man, he's producing a lot, playing less games, which is, you know, says something. The fact that we were able to beat Madrid and now it went from like probably the lowest percentage likelihood of winning the whole thing to being one of the highest is crazy. And that's just like due to the performances that we saw alongside Declan Rice too.
No. I mean, the percentage is because you guys have nothing else to play for this season. That's I
understand. That's obviously a contributing factor, but like also the fact that we smashed Madrid was a huge thing. The people, like the team that won it last year.
Honestly,
that's just going to give you those.
Bro, if you watch Madrid this season, that
I understand, but like if you look at their team, all they did was add Mbappe, and if that's what we're going to talk about, like, oh, Mbappe is the reason that they're ruined. Like, come on, like I don't know, that's their own deal. Whatever, they're dealing with their own issues.
They're still 4 points behind you guys. I mean, I know they're not good, but like they're still competing.
The Arsenal thing was a big. It was a big moment for you guys, but let's not twist the facts for this season. Real Madrid has not won against a big team this season at all. All right, they lost against Milan. They lost against us. Yeah. They lost against Atleti. They've lost against Atleti. They eliminated Atleti off. Liverpool as well. They lost against, I don't even know. So they haven't won against big teams.
I think there's 3 players in contention here, and I think Saka's number 3 between.
I agree with that.
I
agree with that, bro.
I think Saka's number 3, and there's obviously the other 2, which I'll get into. I think if you really watch Lamine, what he does week in, week out, just based off pure eye test, Saka's not better than Lamine Yamal.
No,
trust me when I tell you this, just based off that.
Maybe we need them in the finals.
Bro, I can't take that seriously.
We had them in the final.
Why can't you take that seriously?
Anthony went into that same league and is firing. He's going crazy, bro. Now Anthony's
but that has nothing to do with Lamine doing well. Like Lamine,
I feel like it's easier to be in the.
Michael Owen was a shit player in La Liga, and then he was a Ballon d'Or at you guys. We can go about this all day long, bro.
Bro, I'm just saying. I just think being a winger in La Liga is a different story. I don't know, man.
But Ronaldo was a winger in La Liga. What do you mean?
You plays off Ronaldo, bro. When he was
what do you mean being a winger in La Liga? Ronaldo did it for years.
Lamine Yamal in the EPL would be equal to Garnacho
bro.
At this point, bro.
Oh my god. Bro, that's crazy.
No, but Parsa, this isn't good, bro. Like, make it at least seem like original. Like, no one's gonna believe that, bro. Everyone knows, like,
Guys, look, like I think Lamine is second. I would put him first. Like I just like he's just so fun to watch, man. Just based
I
off
agree with
that,
that,
just
yeah.
based
No,
off
he's
the Joga
a
Bonito.
talent.
But number one, I think it's a player who has contention, who's in contention to be the best player in the Champions League is Ousmane Dembele. Like
Yeah.
you guys are talking about Saka has less games, yes, but how is it Dembele's fault Saka has less games? Dembele's played almost every single game, and he has 11 goal contributions, and he has 20 plus in the league alone as well. He's carrying them to that title. He's carrying them to like a treble charge here. So for me, Dembele is number one, and he gets in. But
I
Saka,
had Dembele as well, bro.
Yeah.
I had Dembele as well, and it's a clear one for
Oh.
me, bro. Saka's third for my opinion as well. Yeah.
yeah,
Bro, Dembele has 11 goals or something like that in the
11
UCL.
goal contributions.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
10.
Like,
10.
Yeah.
and he's
Ten.
in contention for the
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or as
Or
well.
10, yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here, bro? Mans are talking about Saka. This guy said I want to see Saka and Lamine in final as well. Last time they were in the final, here you go, brother. Look at that.
Yeah, he got cooked, bro.
Last time they were in the final. Look at that.
I'm bringing up Spain, bro. That's insane.
If anything, England were favorites, bro. Nice it, man.
Yeah.
No,
No
that's not
way.
true.
What? Spain was playing
They were
champagne
not.
footy, bro.
England were not
No,
favorites, bro.
England were the favorites for the media hype.
Bro,
England
what
were
are
not
much.
favorites, bro. That's crazy.
We're
No,
England,
we're not.
we're England ahead of Spain in terms of favorites, bro. Yes or no? That's it. That's all I need you to answer. I swear to God, you guys are gonna make me.
Bro,
fill
going
up a whole
into the
montage.
final, England
Not
was
going
not
into.
the
No,
favorite.
no. Before it started, I don't care
I
about
mean,
going into the final.
Yes,
Maybe,
yeah. Before, yes.
But I'm
Before,
saying,
yes.
like, if you actually watch the tournament and like you have like footy IQ, you would know that Spain is playing more dominant footy. I didn't like going to that
Okay.
final. I didn't.
And who
think.
was a big reason for that?
Nico
Jude,
Williams.
the Jude
Bro,
hype
nice
and all
it,
that
bro.
shit, bro.
Shut up, bro. Lamine
Right.
had a fucking goal
Lamine
contribution
went
in
off.
every
Lamine went off.
knockout game during the Euros. He's the first player to do that, bro. Shut the fuck up, man.
Bro, no hate to Saka, here, but between Dembele and Saka, who is carrying their team to a league title? Like,
But we're not.
Bro,
We're talking,
again,
we're
wait,
not
wait,
taking-
bro,
we're not-
bro,
we're not taking
Look at the
leagues
team
into
that you're
this,
working
bro.
with. Look at the team you're working with. Like,
Bro.
it's not the
This is
same, man. We
news.
just talked about the whole midfield for PSG could have gotten into this list. We have both of their fullbacks already. We have potentially their goalkeeper. Like, they just have like an amazing team. Like,
Bro, they have a way better team, and they have a light. The teams they play with
Dembele's a huge part of it, though.
bro, they're pastry chefs and shit like that. The people that they're playing on Sundays and Saturdays.
what about the Champions
tempo of
League?
the-
What about the
tempo-
Champions
The
League?
tempo of that league compared
What
to
about the Champions
UCL,
League? What about the
They're
Champions
doing-
League?
They're doing excellent in Champions
The
League.
only
What I'm
thing that
saying
yo,
is-
He's done in the Champions
But
League.
this is very hypocritical of the Arsenal mans, because when it's attacking wise, it's like, oh shit, yo, Saka has no one. Holy fuck, these other mans are playing in such attacking teams. This is why they benefit. Why don't we ever use that for the defensive side of things? When we boost up Gabriel, when we boost up Saliba,
Yeah.
why is it always like, oh yo, like they're so elite? Why the fuck do we never say then, oh yo, like look at the team that they have around them, look at the defense that they have around them, look at Partey, look at Declan Rice, look at who they have around them. Why the fuck do I need to boost up Saliba and Gabriel then performance?
when you have a team like Barcelona, when you have a team like PSG that are just so aggressive in their attack and they have so much energy and they have world-class players, you're going to be having these games where you're 3-0, 4-0, 5-0s, right? I don't think Arsenal, compared to these teams, can do that right now. And that's why I'm saying
They
Saka.
just won 5-1 against Madrid, and
but
they put 7 against
My-
PSV, bro, with Saka
okay,
out.
PSV's not
What are
even.
we talking about
PSV's
here,
not a
man?
big team, bro.
This is
PSV's
why you
not.
guys are fucking illiterate.
Bro,
That's
look at
just,
PSV,
that's
man.
just two. That's
They
just two
put
teams.
7 without Saka, bro,
Hold
and you're
on.
telling me, yo, they win 5, like other teams win 5. They just put 5 against Madrid, 7 against PSV. Like, what do we want, bro? Like,
I'm trying to look at the league
Bro,
stats
first of
here.
all, we played PSG already, and Saka scored. Dembele, I don't even know if he played in the game, but I didn't see him score. Didn't see any goals scored, actually. So I don't know. I'm just like, if you just put them together right now, so far in the most recent fixture that they've had, Saka's produced, and Dembele has not. Wait,
Here,
did
bro,
Dembele play?
Look at the league, okay? Barcelona 88 goals for, PSG 82,
Oh, he didn't play.
PSG 82, Arsenal
Dembele didn't play.
61,
Didn't
Arsenal
play, no,
61,
Dembele
bro.
didn't play, yeah.
Dembele didn't
Prize
play,
in the
so it's fine.
put the prize in the bag, brother.
Never mind. Never
Bro,
mind.
even I'm telling you right now, even if you look at like the league right now, like Arsenal has scored 61 goals in 33 games. PSG has scored 82 in 29 games. Barca has scored 88 in 32 games, right? Like these are teams that, like, I know you have the examples of PSV and Madrid right now being like high scoring games, but in general, Barca and PSG are way more likely to have high scoring games. Their tempo is just way different when they attack. It's on a different level compared to Arsenal.
Dembele's like having...
That's my argument for Saka, because I think
Bro,
that
Arsenal
he's
put
playing...
5 against Sporting, 3 against Monaco, 3 against Dinamo Zagreb. Like, what do you want? Like, I don't understand, man.
Did Saka play those games, or did he miss them?
He missed Dinamo Zagreb. He played against Monaco, the 3-0. He played against Sporting, the 1-5. Like, what do we do?
And he's been injured, and he scored less. He has a good point there too. If he played more against those teams, he probably would have had more.
Yeah, man. If he played those games, he'd be like way past all these guys, man. Come on, bro. I mean, look, like Ousmane Dembele, like if he's the real argument, 7 goals, and then what? Saka, bro, he's played 12 games. Saka's played 7, and he has 5 goals. Like, I'm sure if he played 5 more games, he would absolutely surpass that talent. Like, I don't know, and especially with the goals that you just mentioned that we're scoring. So I don't know, man. I'm just like,
If
overall,
my grandma had
wheels,
wheels, she would be a bicycle, bro. I can't do ifs, buts, and maybes. Like, he hasn't, so he hasn't.
But we have to because he's missed a lot of games. If we're comparing the two right now in this season.
My God.
But both of you are unanimously saying that Lamine Yamal is worse than Bukayo Saka. Both of you here.
That's what you guys are saying. For the record.
I'm not saying he's worse. I'm saying he's more integral to the team at this current point in time.
That's exactly my argument. That's the argument I'm making. Is
like if you're going to put him in a lineup for your 11 combined 11, you're going to take Saka because you know he's going to elevate the team. Yamal, bro, will elevate the team too, I'm sure. But like based off of what we've seen so far, Saka's produced more in less games. Like obviously, you take Saka just off the numbers and off of like eye test, whatever. I'm not going to talk about
the numbers, but when we were talking about Lewandowski, why didn't we go off the numbers then?
Bro, I'm not picking Lewandowski because he's just old, bro. He's just old.
Saka's older than Yamal, so why are you picking Saka?
Way older
than
Yamal.
Saka's in his
8 years.
Saka's prime. Like they're in their prime. You're gonna pick.
Dembele's in his
This
prime.
guy's just moving the goalposts every time, bro.
Dembele is in his prime too, but like I'm saying, Saka has produced more in less games. Like if I'm comparing people that are both in their prime, then I'm gonna.
So you got again looking for receipts and into the CIA database right now, bro.
Nah, not at all, bro. It's just
guys. It's not Dembele's fault that Saka missed those games. Like it's not his fault.
I'm not saying it's his fault. There's nothing to do. It's just demonstrating that he is producing like, almost as much.
The crazy part is you guys are making me defend fucking Dembele, bro. Who I hate as a player.
That's a sadistic thing. Yeah.
That's how mental you guys are being right now. I'm not even putting Lamine forward. I'm putting Dembele. That's crazy, bro.
Like sure, if we're going in statistics and Ballon d'Or contender, Dembele is second, maybe first. But I generally do stand up for the fact that, like, you know, Arteta's play style, for example. I know they've had those games where they scored 6 or 7. Sure, I get that. But just comparing the way the Arsenal plays versus PSG and Barca, who do on average score more and who do on average have Ballon d'Or level players like Rafinha, or they have Lewandowski, or they have Kvara, and they have these world-class players. I think Saka produces more with less. And I think in terms of that output that he gives, I think there's something to look for there.
Dude.
Listen, if you want Dembele, go for it.
No, I'll just let Eris deal with you, honestly, bro. But
sure,
I find it insane. In my opinion,
we already dealt with Eris when when a 13th place team beat their 5th place team. So I don't need to.
It was
deal
13
with them
against
anymore.
4th, actually. So even worse.
That even worse for him. Then there you go. And he was crying to us that the quality of his league is not that different from us, because we were saying that.
Bro, he's not even excited about almost going invincible. That kind of tells you on its own.
That tells you a shit ton. That tells you a lot, bro.
The league is not very like.
That's a huge achievement in the EPL. Like Arsenal,
that's huge.
Arsenal,
that's almost impossible now.
Yeah.
Crazy, I almost had Lamine as number 1, man. You talk about like the trick ponies and the showmasters of football, like the flicks and all that stuff. Like Saka is really good, but Lamine is just more fun to watch. You get up on your feet, like, holy shit, how's he done that?
He learned that shit when Dembele was playing at Barca, bro. He learned it from him.
Yo.
This guy, bro. So Barca, who's better, Saka or Lamine Yamal? And don't try and beat around the bushes. Who's better? Who's a better player? I'm curious.
This season?
No. Who's a better player?
Just a better player.
Even this season, even this season, actually,
even this season.
Let's hear it. I'm
great
curious.
question.
This season is honestly a tap-in, bro. But I want to hear it.
I can't say Saka because Lamine is La Liga contender, Copa del Rey contender.
That brother's a Ballon d'Or contender, bro. He's in
Ballon d'Or contender. I don't know about that one, bro. I don't know.
Top 5 in Ballon d'Or.
Top 5.
No, bro. Rafinha, sure, but not Lamine.
Look at it, bro. He's literally in the top 5 for Ballon d'Or. Bro, Lamine Yamal has like 39 goals and assists as a 17-year-old.
Jude's
crazy
not in
as
the
a
top 5
17-year-old.
right now?
What?
Jude's not having a good
Jude's
season.
not in top 5?
Fuck you,
don't
bro.
know.
He's like 17th, man.
Jude's not having
Look.
a good season.
First of all, Ballon d'Or, like Barcelona, are like just being on the team gives you a shoo-in for Ballon d'Or. Like, I mean,
Here we go.
Rodri won it last year, and
Here
everyone's
we go.
making
bro.
a big
You're saying
deal
cheated.
because
Here
when
we
was
go.
the last time a Premier League player won the Ballon d'Or? It was Ronaldo in like 08, because like Prem teams just don't have it like that with Barcelona.
No, just
bro.
because we dominated footy for that period of time. That's why. You know?
I mean-
who has more Europa League wins? Who has more UCL wins? It's Spanish teams, no? Spanish teams have been in finals against EPL teams in like, I don't even know, 19 occasions, even more, and they haven't lost a game. So that is why we have more Ballon d'Or players as well, Ballon d'Or winners. All right, so it's a 50-50 then.
We got 2 50-50, so we
Well,
get
but
to
you
keep
said
it.
Yamal is better than Saka as a player.
Yeah, that's what
so,
I'm saying. It makes no
like,
sense. That's
it
what
makes
I'm
no
saying.
yeah. Like you,
He's not inconsistent, bro.
I'm talking about the UCL right now, especially like I have a bit of a recency
If
bias.
it's the UCL, then Dembele should be in there, not
Yeah.
Saka.
I don't know, bro. I said Lamine is better than Saka. I said Dembele is better than Saka. I understand this. Statistically, I understand this, right?
so if
I
it talks
don't,
like
I don't know how many times I gotta tell you this, bro, but I'm just telling you about the output he has with less is the driving factor for why I chose him.
All right. Anyways, okay. Fuck Saka. Alrighty. All right. So we have a 50-50 between Saka and Dembele. There you guys have it. That was our lineup, our combined 11 for the semifinalists in this year's UCL. Right winger is a 50-50 between Saka and Dembele. Let us know what you guys think. But that was it for today. Really enjoyed it. It is going to be, honestly, exciting games, I would say. Very, very exciting games. Great teams. So may the best man win. We will be here for another UCL video down the line for the final, most likely. But until then, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We will see you on the next episode. Easy.